It's toy time, it's toy time. 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 It's toy time, it's toy time.
Hello, I'm Danny Martinez for Toy Time Studios. Do me a favor, make sure to hit that like, subscribe button. Feel free to share and comment. Thanks for tuning into our 10th episode, number 4 and number 5 in our unboxing series, a double feature to mark Toy Time Studios reaching double digits and beyond. About a month ago, during last weekend of August 2020, we lost Chadwick Boseman, an actor whose silent strength on screen was more than just an act. It turned out that very silent strength, which was prominent in numerous roles throughout Chadwick's career on screen, was even more abundant off screen in his everyday life, even more than we could ever fathom. Along with that silent strength and a boatload of talent, Chadwick also carried himself with humility, kindness, compassion, grace, and poise. Chadwick first blew me away in 42 as Jackie Robinson. I've been a huge comic geek all my life, more so as an adult, so I was thrilled when it was announced Chadwick would join the MCU and bring Black Panther to life. Although I knew and expected great things were to come, little did any of us know how superbly Chadwick would exceed our expectations, making Black Panther and Wakanda beloved by old fans, new fans, and millions of little boys and little girls, while breaking records and impacting many areas of culture and society. Chadwick Boseman will always be the definitive Black Panther, in the same way that Hugh Jackman will always be recognized as the Wolverine. There's nothing I can say that hasn't been said already. My condolences to the Boseman family. Chadwick, thank you for all of your amazing work, talent, and for leading by example. Thank you for making work that touched lives and inspired others. Thanks especially for being Black Panther and giving us comic book fans our hero and king. Rest in power. Wakanda forever. Although losing Chadwick Boseman has left a huge hole in the MCU and in many fans' hearts, let's make sure that we celebrate his life, and we'll celebrate the gifts that he gave us, especially the gift of being Black Panther. So, to start off, we're going to begin with the Black Panther movie, Hot Toys 1/6 scale Black Panther piece. This happens to be the deluxe edition, which has a separate lighting LED unit base. You'll see what I mean as we get into it. We picked this up at Zap Comics in Wayne, which we pick up most of our hot toys and some of our bigger items. So let's dive in, shall we? Got our trusty X-Acto knife. Make sure you're careful with that. Slice very, very carefully, steadily. You don't want to damage the packaging, which I'm sure is exquisite. As usual, Hot Toys does a really good job with the packaging all the time. As you can see, it's wrapped nicely. Alright, so on the front here, you can see you have the what would be Black Panther's helmet, some claw marks behind it. Very simple, straightforward, with some pattern in the background there. If you look closely, definitely very, very specific with every detail. As I said, special LED light unit comes with it, and you know, it looks pretty good. The package is pretty straightforward, still very nice, high quality. Warning, instruction stuff on the back, some basics. Yeah, really excited to open this bad boy up. Okay, there we go. As I'm used to, it has the cast and crew, something indicating the people who contributed to getting this figure into your hands, into our hands, into my hands. And you know, then this slides off very easily, and it's very well protected as usual. It no window on the box, which, you know, I like a nice window display, something you can really sell it with, but most people know what they're getting when they get into this. A head sculpt, Chadwick Boseman head sculpt, which looks really, really good. I would say not the best most exact head sculpt I've ever seen of any character that Hot Toys has done. They captured his essence, but it's just certain slight detail that really just kind of threw it off slightly for me. However, they did capture his essence. I mean, they did a good job still, so I'd give it like a 7.5 out of 10. But let's take a closer look, shall we? Slide off this plastic here. Okay, as you can see in the back, this is part of the bigger, more elaborate LED light display unit, which I will put together and show you how it's done. But first, when unboxing Black Panther, you must make sure to be careful. There's quite a few parts that are very sensitive or sharp, which means that any wrong move with it and it can snap or break. Now, as you can see, the costume actually is like some kind of a stretchy material, but sturdy. However, for posing, you don't want to leave it bent in any joints or any bending parts. You don't want it to stay bent for too long, otherwise it'll deform the material. You got a few extra hands. You've got this piece here which helps you switch out the eye plate here, which I won't be using, but in case you wanted to switch out on the Black Panther mask, instead of the covered goggle look, the eyes instead showing through, then you can do that. There's also a spear, which is very delicate, so I'm not going to take it out. It comes with the wiring for the base. There's also a basic base, so we'll take a look at that very shortly. We'll take out the basic base now. Okay, It has the basic setup of the base and the hook, which goes under the groin area, crotch area for support. It also adjusts and raises and lowers. Okay, we'll take that apart in a second. Now, as I said, be very careful with the pieces. Any pointy pieces are especially delicate, so alright, at this point we're going to use our X-Acto knife to get some of these little tighter spots out of here where the tape is around the arm area. Okay, that worked. Same thing for the feet. It's usually wrapped around the ankle shin area with tape, which makes it sometimes difficult to just slide it off, but that's also for the protection of the piece itself. There's usually a few pieces of cushion in between bendy parts, joints, limbs. Just gotta shimmy it in there, and then this piece raises and lowers. Okay, now this is for the bigger base. Now, before we do that, I'm going to switch out the Black Panther head. I'm going to switch it out for the Chadwick Boseman head. Like I said, very nicely detailed, just missing something slightly. I don't exactly know what it is, but even though it's supposed to come off pretty easily, I'd like to be careful. Okay, so there goes the helmet. Alright, now the Black Panther helmet, it seems, actually is on a separate type of piece that then goes onto the normal socket. Yeah, almost like a small cylinder with an extra peg, but it comes off pretty easily. Now I'm going to switch Chadwick Boseman's head on there. Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay. Yeah, it looks good. Okay. And then I want him to kind of, I'm going to want him to kind of carry it instead. Carry his helmet the way, almost like a football player would. There we go. Okay. So, alright. Now, also got to be careful with all these different pieces around. Make sure you have cushioning all around. Make sure you don't have it exposed to the point where something can get damaged easily. That was my fault. And also, just slow down. Be careful. There's also a backdrop, but I don't usually take these out and display them because they take too much space in the shelf. And to be quite honest, I try to put as many figures in the space as possible, but oh man, this would look pretty sick in the background with the black light. Wow. I don't know. I may reconsider down the line though. We'll see. Okay, now we're gonna start the extra base, the LED light up base that comes with this Black Panther exclusive, and let's give it a look see, shall we? Okay, so as you saw, it comes with some side pieces that kind of make it look like it goes around. And the regular base kind of slides into a groove there. So let's see what we got. so this is the middle piece. So, now with this, the base, I'll take Black Panther off. The base. Alright, no matter what, it plugs in no matter which way you want to do it. So you can either have those in the front or you can have them in the back. I will probably choose to have them in the back. Or should I try it the other way? Alright, I'm going to do it in the front instead. Alright? It's really nice that they set it up so that way you have the option of putting it one way or the other, depending on your preference. And they actually have the ports for the connectors are exactly where they should be to make it easy and accessible for you to minimize the damage that you actually may do to your piece. Having a little trouble speaking up. Okay, there it goes, right in there. Okay, so then you shimmy the wire into the little hole. It'll fit.
That's what she said.
Now I'm gonna have to plug this in. This is for the USB, or it's battery operated, as you can see from the instructions, which are pretty simple, easily laid out, everything pretty straightforward, nothing too complicated. Now, as it shows, you can either put 3 AAA batteries under this main base, the regular base, or you have a connector in the back, and all you have to do is get a adapter for the USB, which I will get. And there's an on-off switch, and there's 2 modes for on. So we have our Black Panther standing in at 12 7/8 inches tall, 6 1/4 inches wide, 2 3/4 inches deep. Our standard base is 5.5 inches wide, not counting the hook attachment, 7/8 inches tall, and 4 13/16 inches deep. Our LED base stands in at 15 1/4 inches tall, 11.5 inches wide, and 6 3/4 inches deep. It's massive. Definitely going in the big shelf. We have our Black Panther set up. Now, time to check out number 2, which is the Throne of Wakanda. The Throne of Wakanda actually came as its own piece. So, I'm assuming this is going to be something pretty spectacular. Okay? So, came in the normal, standard type of shipping box. Now let's pull out. Nice and easy. Sometimes it just slips out. That's another problem entirely. Alright. Again, Hot Toys does a great job, as usual, with the packaging. Very significant. You can tell they stick with a theme. Certain palettes, certain tones, certain elements that they like to keep. So, basic, you got your warning stuff on the back. Pretty straightforward packaging. Nice tribal design going around there, like a ribbon. Alright. Now, as we lift this. Slides off very easily. Again, the cast and crew, everyone who contributed to getting this item into my hands. We slide this piece off here, and as you can see, as per usual, very well protected. The plastic fits around everything nicely, a little bit of cushioning inside for the corners and some other spots. We'll take this out. I expect this one to be pretty easy since it's mainly the throne, so it's one piece. No extra pieces, accessories, stuff like that. Very intricate work on the metallic look of it and the etchings. We'll turn on the stage lights for them. The design it's pretty solid. That wood looks pretty sleek, looks freshly lacquered or something. The throne is pretty big. As we take a look at it, I like the Wakandan lettering on these sides here. The message very much feels like royalty would be sitting there. Feels like quite an elaborate kingdom it would be a part of. Even on the back it has the same etching. Nice circular design. As I said, running your finger across the metallic looking parts, you can feel almost like it feels like layers. Something very probably the vibranium. The Wakandan throne stands in at 13 1/8 inches tall, 8 1/4 inches wide, and 3 7/8 inches deep. Not bad, not too bad at all. That's going to make a nice side piece for my Black Panther section. Really good job. Can't wait to finish the display and to unveil this section in one of our future editions for Toy Time Studios.